This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams. It is June 8th, 2021. We're performing a waste line and sewer line inspection through the 4-inch ABS plastic, cast iron clean out. It's a cast iron 4-inch clean out in the closet area. Just as you enter the garage, there's a closet to the left, and it has an ABS plastic 4-inch plug. We're going to perform our inspection through this clean out, and we are located at 18907 Dukas Street, or Dukas Street, D-U-K-A-S Street, Reseda, California. I'm going to wipe off our camera lens, and we're going to zero out our camera monitor right at the opening of the clean out, and this is going toward the outside of the house. There's a bathroom right here to our left, bathroom right here to our left, and a bedroom to our right. And this is the door that leads out to the garage. This is our closet, like a little pantry closet. Can you go around the front, because I have all the equipment right here in the hall.
Can you tell me I'll lock the...
Yeah, I'll get it. Sorry, we're going to have to pause for a moment. We're kind of blocking the garage entrance, so we're going to pause. Okay, we zeroed out our camera monitor right at the opening of the clean out. Insert our camera and begin running out. We have cast iron waste line pipe and fittings, which has a considerable amount of buildup in the cast iron. Like we had some hairline roots possibly in the bottom of the cast iron. Running out toward the garage, toward the driveway area. Kind of tough to get out here. See if I can get into the closet a little bit and be able to push a little bit easier. Has a considerable amount of buildup, and we will be recommending that the cast iron be hydrojetted, clean out the buildup. Do have some rutting. Pull back. Right here you see where it's kind of dark at the bottom. That's where we have some rutting in the cast iron. We're just going to flush the toilet, try and clean our camera lens off a little bit. let the water subside. Hopefully that's going to help us be able to see a little bit clearer. We'll wait till that water subsides a little bit, and we'll continue to run out. Now we're transitioning to vitreous clay from the cast iron. We're going to pause and we're going to locate this area and mark this area out. Okay, we marked this area in the driveway just outside the garage with red crayon at 1 foot 7 inches deep. This is the transition from cast iron to vitreous clay. I'm going to continue to push out. Joints appear to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. It appears that we're transitioning right here to a section of ABS plastic. And here's the ABS plastic mainline sewer clean out in the driveway. We should be transitioning back to clay again, and then to our 4 to 6 inch city lateral transition. So we're transitioning from 4-inch ABS to 6-inch vitreous clay. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Appears that there's a little tiny bit of a crack in the face of that pipe, in the face of the vitreous clay right here. That is in the driveway area. We're going to pause for a moment. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we located this area, and we marked this area in the street at 6 foot 3 inches deep, probably about 5 feet out into the street. It's not a major break or major crack. It's pretty small and more than likely will not harm anything, but it could get worse over time. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. The next joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Got a little bit of an offset in this joint. Again, not terrible. We had a little bit of root intrusion possibly, but not terrible. Saddle has a little bit of a gap, tiny bit of an offset. Again, not terrible at this time. May want or need to put a top hat liner in at some time in the future. And that is our city sewer tie-in connection. So we're going to pause here for just a moment. Okay, we'll resume recording. We're going to begin pulling out. Now this is our city sewer tie-in connection. I'm going to pull this mask down. Is that okay?
Okay with me.
So you guys hear me better. Okay, going to begin pulling back. That is our city sewer tie-in connection. And that little tiny gap right there in the saddle area, but not terrible, and a lot of the saddle connections were actually installed with a little bit of a gap. So I don't expect any issues in that area.
It's like watching an ultrasound, you know, in pregnancy.
I think it's more like a colonoscopy.
There you go. Better. I was trying to be nice.
Just so you guys know, anything you say goes on this recording. Okay, right there we have a little bit of an offset right after the saddle. Not terrible again. You have something on the far left corner, about the 9 o'clock area. That's just concrete slag. It's over poured. That's how they put the joints together, was with concrete years ago. So not anything that's going to harm anything. All the joints in the vitreous clay 6-inch lateral right here appear to be in pretty fair condition. That joint looks to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition.
I think this was all new at one point. From what?
No,
When
not the lateral.
Not from here. It starts at where they put the.
Yeah, they just put a section in.
Yeah, right.
They put a section of ABS plastic and a clean out.
And a clean out. Right.
That's it. That joint right there, that's where we have our crack. You see in the left corner at about the 8 o'clock area? It's just a small crack in the face of the pipe. Like I said, don't really expect that to cause an issue.
Okay.
I see that all the time, and I see them for years and years sometimes after I've inspected them several times.
I don't see any roots. That's great.
No, there's no roots in there. You can see it hasn't been hydrojetted, so I'm sure it's fine. And then that joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Now we're coming back toward our ABS plastic right here. That's our 4-inch ABS plastic to 6-inch vitreous clay city lateral. You own the city lateral all the way to that connection I showed you that's out of ways.
So this is the beginning of, or
This
the
is
end
the
of
beginning,
the end of the waistline?
The end of the lateral in the street.
Yeah.
Now this is coming back to the driveway area.
Got it.
This is in the apron area.
Got it.
Okay, we have our clean out right there. That's the fitting. See at the top there's an opening.
Yep, that's where it is.
That's where I pulled that lid.
Gotcha.
That's the clean out. Then we come back a few feet, and then we're going to transition again back to vitreous clay.
I see.
A little bit of an offset in that joint, but again not terrible, and it's dropping down into it. So again, I don't see an issue. It's very difficult to line those two joints up perfectly. I don't know of a coupling that's going to do that. And we have some friends up there. Came to visit. So now we're coming back through the vitreous clay 4-inch property line sewer. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition, as does that joint. Now we're coming up. We're actually rising. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition, as does that joint. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Kind of hard to see, we're in a turn, but it looks to be in maintainable condition. Now we come back to the cast iron. Cast iron starts right at the end of the garage. Just outside the garage, I marked it, I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. I think it was 1 foot 3 inches deep or 1 foot 8 inches deep. But this is the cast iron. Starts at the end of the garage, comes back all the way to this clean out. See, you have some humps in there. And this is common. It's just got buildup and corrosion through the years.
And you said the hydrojet will just push it all down?
Yeah, we have to be very careful how we do it. We don't want to put holes through it. But we just try and scrub it to get it primarily clean, where we can get it to where everything's going to flow smooth. You can see there's some rutting in there. That rutting at the bottom is actually, the water is going through and eroding the buildup and the corrosion. So it's working fine. There's no holes that we can see or anything. It's just that a lot of that corrosion has to be cleaned off. Because that corrosion will catch paper sometimes, and especially wipes. If you were to use wipes, hygiene wipes, it's going to catch that and it can cause stoppages. I would say a lot of people say every 2 to 3 years hydrojet it. I say every 10 to 15 years. You don't want to overdo it. It's going to last a good 10 years once you
That's
hydrojet.
with the plumber that put in the clean out there. He said the same thing. He said this is not in the situation where you want to do that because the same reason. You
Yeah.
can start blowing it apart.
But getting this buildup out of there, it wouldn't hurt. But you have to know how to hydrojet. You have to hydrojet at a very low pressure and go very easily. And we use a camera at the same time, so we can see what's going on. You don't want to overdo it. If you overdo it, then you cause problems. But with the rutting and the buildup that's in here now, more than likely, if you just use paper in the house, you would probably be fine.
You do.
If you use wipes, if you have sanitary wipes, you have kids,
Nope.
throw that down the toilet, that's going to catch and stop it out. There's no doubt whatsoever. So it's up to you. If you're just going to use paper, then I would even hold off for right now. Not that big a deal. But like I said, with wipes, you want to get it cleaned a little bit. And even then, I still don't recommend putting
Yeah, I
it
would
down
not,
there.
I'd tell everyone not to put it anywhere.
Yeah, not a good idea. They say they're flushable, but
They might be, but
I don't agree.
they don't know where it's traveling.
yeah, I don't agree because I have to clear too many lines that stop up all the time.
So we didn't see any roots. That's great.
No. Like I said, everything looked to be in pretty fair condition. How old is the house? 1965?
66.
66, okay. So, I mean, for a house that age, the piping looks to be in pretty decent condition. And now we're coming back up. It's part of our waistline clean out. And that will conclude our video waistline and sewer line inspection.